The veggies you thought were healthy might be wrecking your joints after 60. Here are 3 veggies you should avoid. Tomatoes. Tomatoes are first on the list. They belong to the nightshade family, which also includes potatoes, eggplants, and peppers. Nightshades contain solanine and lectins, compounds that some people claim aggravate arthritis and joint pain. While scientific evidence is mixed and largely anecdotal, some individuals report symptom flare-ups after consuming nightshades. Tomatoes in particular are sometimes singled out as a possible exception, where a link to increased pain has been noted in self-reports. Some health experts also highlight the role of tomato-based products in exacerbating joint pain, particularly when consumed in processed forms such as ketchup, tomato paste, or canned soups. These versions are often concentrated sources of nightshade compounds and may contain added sugars or preservatives that further contribute to inflammation. Cooking tomatoes can reduce some of their lectin content, but for highly sensitive individuals, even cooked forms might trigger symptoms. It's also worth noting that tomatoes are acidic in nature, which can sometimes irritate the digestive tract, especially for people with underlying gut issues like acid reflux, IBS, or a compromised gut lining. Since joint pain and gut health are closely linked through the gut-joint axis, any irritation or inflammation in the digestive tract can potentially contribute to discomfort elsewhere in the body, including the joints. For those unsure whether tomatoes are a trigger, keeping a detailed food and symptom diary can be revealing. Eliminating tomatoes for 2 to 4 weeks and gradually reintroducing them while monitoring symptoms may help determine sensitivity. As with all dietary adjustments, personalization is key. What causes inflammation in one person may be perfectly tolerated by another. Listening to your body is often the first step toward lasting relief and better joint health. Eggplants. Next up are eggplants, another nightshade vegetable. Like tomatoes, they contain solanine and lectins. These compounds may disrupt gut barrier function, leading to what some refer to as leaky gut, allowing inflammatory molecules to enter the bloodstream and potentially affect the joints. While there is no strong scientific consensus that eggplants cause joint pain, anecdotal reports suggest some people experience increased discomfort after eating them. Eggplants, also known as aubergines, are commonly used in cuisines around the world, but for individuals with joint issues, they may be more problematic than beneficial. The solanine and lectins found in eggplants serve as the plant's natural defense against pests, but in the human body, particularly in those with compromised gut health, these compounds may trigger immune responses that manifest as joint inflammation. Lectins can bind to the gut lining, disrupting its integrity, while solanine has been associated with nerve and muscle irritation in animal studies. Although human data is limited, these findings support why some individuals might react negatively to eggplants. In particular, people with autoimmune conditions such as rheumatoid arthritis or lupus often report increased joint stiffness or flare-ups after eating eggplant-heavy meals. The nightshade family's role in autoimmune reactivity is still debated in the medical community, but patient-led elimination diets continue to reveal possible links between these vegetables and joint discomfort. Furthermore, cooking methods matter. Grilling, roasting, or stewing eggplants may reduce some of their lectin content, but it doesn't eliminate it completely. For those suspecting a sensitivity, removing eggplants from the diet temporarily and observing any improvements can be an effective way to gauge individual tolerance and reduce joint pain naturally. Spinach. Spinach is not a nightshade, but is included in the avoid list due to its high oxalate content. Oxalates can bind with calcium to form crystals, which may deposit in joints and trigger inflammation, especially in people with compromised kidney function or gut health. Over time, these deposits can lead to joint discomfort and reduced mobility. While spinach is often celebrated for its rich nutrient profile, being high in iron, vitamin K, and folate, it poses potential concerns for individuals sensitive to oxalates. Oxalates are naturally occurring compounds found in many leafy greens, and in spinach, they exist in particularly high concentrations. When consumed in excess, oxalates can bind with minerals like calcium to form insoluble crystals. These crystals may accumulate not only in the kidneys, forming stones, but also in joint tissues, where they can trigger localized inflammation and pain. This issue becomes more pronounced in individuals with gut imbalances or kidney impairment, where oxalate clearance from the body is less efficient. Emerging research also suggests that people with dysbiosis, a disrupted gut microbiome, may lack the bacteria needed to break down oxalates, allowing more of them to circulate through the body and potentially deposit in soft tissues. Over time, this buildup could exacerbate joint stiffness and reduce mobility, particularly in those already suffering from arthritis or gout. Cooking spinach can slightly reduce its oxalate content, but for those experiencing unexplained joint pain, it may be worth moderating or temporarily eliminating spinach from the diet. Opting for lower oxalate greens like kale or Swiss chard can still deliver valuable nutrients without the same risk of oxalate buildup. While tomatoes, eggplants, and spinach are often hailed as healthy staples, their hidden compounds may spell trouble for those dealing with joint pain or chronic inflammation. Let's go deeper into why these three vegetables might be worth avoiding and what to replace them with for better energy and joint support. Tomatoes, though rich in antioxidants like lycopene, belong to the nightshade family, which also includes potatoes, peppers, and eggplants. These vegetables contain compounds like solanine and lectins that have been linked, albeit mostly anecdotally, to joint discomfort and inflammation. In particular, tomato-based products like ketchup, tomato paste, and canned soups may intensify symptoms because they are more concentrated and often combined with inflammatory additives like sugar and preservatives. Even though cooking reduces some lectins, sensitive individuals may still react. The acidic nature of tomatoes can also irritate the gut lining, especially in those with reflux, IBS, or gut inflammation, conditions that are increasingly recognized as interconnected with joint health via the gut-joint axis. For someone dealing with unexplained flare-ups, eliminating tomatoes for a few weeks and reintroducing them mindfully while tracking symptoms could be a simple but revealing strategy. Eggplants, another nightshade, raise similar concerns. While data in humans is limited, compounds like solanine and lectins found in eggplants have shown the potential to irritate the gut and nervous system in animal studies. These substances are part of the plant's natural defense but may provoke immune reactions in humans, particularly those with leaky gut or autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis or lupus. In some cases, people report joint stiffness or discomfort after meals that include eggplant-heavy dishes, prompting researchers and patients alike to explore its possible inflammatory role. Cooking does reduce some of these plant compounds, but not entirely. If eggplants are a dietary staple and joint issues persist, temporarily cutting them out could help determine if there's a link. Spinach, though not a nightshade, enters the avoid list due to its high oxalate content. Oxalates bind with calcium to form sharp, needle-like crystals. These can accumulate not just in the kidneys, where they form stones, but potentially in the joints, where they might cause microinflammation, stiffness, or discomfort. While spinach is often seen as a superfood because it's rich in iron, folate, and vitamin K, its high oxalate load can be problematic, especially in individuals with kidney concerns, gut dysbiosis, or inflammatory conditions. If your body isn't clearing oxalates effectively, they may circulate and deposit where they're not wanted. This process can quietly contribute to long-term joint wear and reduced mobility. Cooking spinach can reduce oxalate slightly, but swapping it out with lower oxalate greens like kale, collards, or Swiss chard can still provide all the nutrients with less risk. If you've been eating these vegetables regularly and still feel stiff, tired, or inflamed, this might be a missing piece in your health puzzle. Eliminating tomatoes, eggplants, and spinach doesn't mean sacrificing taste or nutrition. Instead, replace them with anti-inflammatory alternatives like cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts that contain sulforaphane, a compound shown to combat oxidative stress. Dark leafy greens like kale, Swiss chard, and collards are rich in minerals and antioxidants, and lower in oxalates than spinach, making them gentler on the joints. Beets are another powerful option, offering betalains that improve blood flow and reduce inflammation. These swaps not only reduce the potential for joint irritation, but also provide cleaner energy by supporting mitochondrial health and reducing inflammatory burden. In the end, protecting your joints and boosting your energy isn't about cutting vegetables. It's about choosing the ones your body responds to best. Transitioning away from potentially problematic vegetables like tomatoes, eggplants, and spinach may feel daunting at first, especially if they've been part of your daily meals for years. But the shift doesn't have to be drastic. Begin with small, sustainable changes. Start by gradually reducing how often you eat these veggies and observe how your body reacts. Keep a simple food and symptom journal. Nothing fancy, just a few notes each day on what you ate and how your joints felt. Over time, patterns will start to emerge, and you'll gain insights into how your unique system responds to specific foods. It's also worth emphasizing that how you prepare your meals plays a huge role in how your body processes them. Steaming or lightly sautéing vegetables with anti-inflammatory oils like olive oil can help reduce the intensity of natural plant compounds while improving nutrient absorption. Avoid overcooking or frying, which can introduce harmful compounds and degrade valuable vitamins. If you enjoy spice, herbs like turmeric, ginger, oregano, and rosemary are excellent anti-inflammatory additions that enhance flavor and support joint health. Cultural habits and comfort foods can make eliminating ingredients like tomatoes or eggplant feel like a sacrifice, but there are creative and tasty alternatives. Instead of tomato-based sauces, try using roasted red pepper, carrot, or beet purees. For dishes that usually rely on eggplant, zucchini, or mushrooms can be a great swap, offering similar texture without the inflammatory compounds. And instead of relying on spinach for your greens, rotate between kale, chard, mustard greens, and even dandelion greens for variety and balance. While diet is foundational, it's also part of a bigger picture that includes movement, sleep, stress, and supplementation. If you're dealing with persistent joint issues, consider layering in other strategies like regular low-impact exercise, staying well hydrated, and incorporating scientifically supported supplements such as omega-3s, turmeric, or magnesium. These can work synergistically with a cleaner diet to reduce inflammation and restore energy. Ultimately, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Your body is incredibly intelligent and resilient, but it needs the right inputs to heal. By becoming more mindful of the foods you eat and how they make you feel, you gain the power to create lasting improvements in your joint health, energy levels, and overall quality of life. Every small step counts, and over time, those steps can lead to a stronger, more pain-free version of yourself. As you continue this journey, remember that personalization is key. There's no one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to joint health, and what triggers discomfort in one person might be completely harmless to another. Listen to your body, be patient with the process, and don't be afraid to experiment. Seek support from a nutritionist or healthcare provider if needed, especially when making significant dietary shifts. The path to better joint health isn't about restriction, it's about empowerment. By choosing foods that nourish and support your body, you're not just reducing pain, you're building a foundation for strength, vitality, and long-term well-being. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more such content.